Good morning, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello.
We are back to Formation Save. I with me Taylor today. Woo! Taylor's here today. Woo!
I'm back.
He's
Hi.
back. He's back. We're not busy enough for tickets right now that we have time. It's great. Hello, my name is Sean. I am one half of the amazing customer support team here at Codename. And with me again is Taylor.
The other half, the much more humble.
The much more humble half, yeah. And today we are here with Formation Save. So our goal here today is to help you, the player, fix your formation, try a new formation, try whatever you want to try on screen, really. We want to hopefully help you guys get through hard variants, get through maybe some deep push, formation building, and those kind of things. So a couple rules. Taylor, why don't you give them the rules?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a little out of practice here.
It's been a while.
Do I remember the rules? Well, if you are looking to have us take a little peek at what you got going on, all you got to do is submit a new ticket. Keep in mind you're submitting a ticket here. You're not making a post, a public bug tracker. Once you got that ticket open, you're just going to throw formation save into the title and then any further details about what you want us to do in the description. Now that could be anything from, you're stuck on a low level variant, you're a new player, you've only got a few champions available, to all the way to a lesson in classes if really you want to taunt and really hurt Sean's soul. Once you've entered that information in there, you're just going to hit send on that. The only real stipulation, and this is honestly the most important part, is you cannot be in a Trials adventure. Not in any of your three parties. You could be a part of a current and running trial, but you cannot be running an adventure when you submit that ticket, or the copy of your game state will not allow us to load it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good track record so far. So where each time we've thought it was the game, it was Formation Save. It was
you taunt the fates every time you say that.
I do. All right, we already got one right off the bat. Oh, don't shut down OBS. That was the wrong thing to try to close.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't just randomly end the stream. All right, so first up was Zosuke Boy, who was doing... Oh, I don't remember what it was. Hold on. Second, third out for Zariel. Is that one of the ones that has just a whole bunch of slots being missed?
I think it's, literally second and third slot are out.
Yeah. You see the new main DPS meta Mars just discovered. It seems like Kryle's best available DPS in the game. So, yeah, I saw that. I tried it out yesterday because we were talking about it. Because he brought up in the meeting, in our morning meeting stuff, and then I was like, "You got what? Tell me what this is. Let me try it out." And I pushed to something it was almost 1400 with it. So I don't know what's going on with that. And it's weird because the smoke bomb, it's attributed to cryo damage, but when you kill a bunch of monsters with it at all, it's all click damage. So I think there's something weird with the smoke bomb goes off, it hits a bunch of people, that triggers a whole ton of Krull trader stacks, which then kills everything. I think that's what it is. That's my assumption. Yeah, really weird though. I'm not besides that, I don't know what else it could be, unless there's something really broken there. All right, second, third out. Only bench slots 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 12 can be used, and 2 Ravens join the adventure. Only champions score 10 or higher and charisma 13 or higher. All right, right off the bat. Let me just need to check one thing here first.
Right, how far along are we, and where we got to go?
675. We're at 668. So we're actually super close.
We're right there.
Yeah.
Easy.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Don't forget to save the formation.
Let's working on that. I was just double checking something. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we got Grandma up front. Grandma, what are you doing up here?
Oh, Sasuke Boy, I have to go, but can you put it in Discord if you manage to solve it?
I can do so. I'll do my best to remember, and I will just tag you in it. If I'm assuming you're Sasuke Boy, I'll take it. Okay, well, so we can still go over it though. So human, we got Shocker going on, fixing a lot of spots here. not a big fan of Ikoria at the front, but like we're also 197. Let's do a quick check to see. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I'll make a note. Eric on Discord. Cool. How do you make a ticket? That's a great question, Bosnius. So first off, there's a little question mark down the bottom corner here. You're gonna hit that. And this will bring you to the ticket page, or you can go through the main menu under support, and again, we'll bring you to the ticket page. That's how you make an in-game ticket, or do what Sean said. Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, so 204. So we're only a little bit off.
Only a little.
Yeah. What was that? 204, E08 off. E07. Just trying to think if there's anything else we... Okay. Alright, so Ultimate's not doing anything there, which is fine. Cool. Don't like Mehen here. What do we got for bonds? So 4 and 1. Yeah, I mean, losing 2 slots to Ravens makes it pretty difficult, but we got the got Desmond, so that's gonna make it a lot easier to do his Lament the Lost ability.
Very good.
That's a nice buff right there. I'm guessing we can't use Spurt. No, he's not strong enough at all. Freely.
Whoa, easy on Spurt there.
I love using Spurt, man.
Spurt's as strong as he needs to be. All right, he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah, man, he didn't have a chance to get stronger. He only lived 11 days.
That's practically a full life for a kobold.
Yeah. I can only imagine the leading cause of death for a kobold as an adventurer, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like we can get rid of Freely and put someone else in, but I'm not sure who else we would actually use. See, we're not gonna be able to get the double bonds going on. So we have what 1, 2, we have a 4 there. Desmond's too good to pass up here. Ikoria, what do we have for Ikoria? 5 stacks, E19. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know if it would be enough, but is there a male tank we could use instead, and to like put into Okorio's position, and then Okorio goes to that top slot? Like,
yeah. Is Desmond not human? Is he not getting that buff there? Or is it just... Oh, it's sitting there. Okay. Yeah, we could use Tyrell, but that would get rid of Okoria. We don't really have any other...
We don't want to get rid of Okoria.
Yeah. We can get rid of Ashar and use Dungeon... Sergeant Nox. We could also grab Dungeon Master and see what he... Oh, it was Narak. Okay.
Let's see. Speaking of from Old Man, speaking of tickets, just wanted to thank you both for always being so helpful and quick. Of course. So
we do our best.
We definitely do try our best. Especially coming back from the weekends. Sometimes things are a little delayed as we're catching up, but yeah. So we pride ourselves on our speed.
Yeah. I'm gonna try Brig here. Then we lose a little bit with Shaka, but I wonder if it's gonna be enough to kind of cover.
Strider asks, what happened with the Alice counts? You see, I'm of the opinion that we should be counting all of the lesson classes, but Sean only wants to do it per episode, so it's not going to be...
I took it off, went for last week, just because of the new players. We had a huge influx of new players. We probably still have a bunch of new players, so welcome. And I don't know, it just felt like a right spot for it to be there for that show. Okay, so Brig, not good. Back to my head. I guess we lose a bunch of... Can't move. I don't know. There's much. Honestly, like,
you met your match here
already? Yeah, I think so.
We just started, Sean.
Yeah. What's he providing now?
You know, I'm not here for a week or two, and everything just falls apart.
Feels like it. you're probably not buffing that. That's EO8. Yeah, we can do this.
I don't think Makos has the raw power.
Yeah, he's got like EO2 less than Shaka was providing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I guess we like if we wanted like a male tank, we swap to Archon. I guess.
Yeah, I mean that would squeeze out a little more damage.
Yeah, but a little less survivability, I think. It feels like because they already had Archon leveled up. I feel like they already tried this too. 204.
Crunch Pod X. My 170 QT base DPS Cradle. I got a level with you.
Oh yeah,
I have
letter
no
number.
idea
Yeah.
what those letters mean.
Isn't QT like quadrillion? I think. And then septillion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rest are too high. Yeah.
Dillion.
Yeah.
You get just very used to just using scientific notation. It took me a while to kind of wrap my head around it, but at this point, it's just E1, E2 better than E1.
Yeah.
Caveman smash. Is kind of how I look at things. But you're definitely going to see discrepancies between your different, like the DPS meter at the top of the screen is not a real-time representation of the damage that is currently being done by the champions. It is its own separate algorithm that is calculated based off of certain criteria. Some champion abilities are actually intentionally filtered out of that calculation, as they can lead to a great deal of fluctuations.
Yeah.
Mehen, for example, Mehen's grumpy gruff ability is filtered out of it, because if it's not, it would be doing this back and forth. The clearest indicator of how well you're doing is going to be your bud. Your bud is going to give you the strongest representation of how much your biggest hitter is hitting for, including all formation abilities plus all debuffs, because debuffs are also going to be a huge component of the additional damage you do.
Yeah.
So checking your bud and comparing that against the total life of the enemies you're fighting on a stage is going to be your clearest indicator of your current ability to clear content. Beyond that, you did mention Krydle, and as we were talking about earlier, Krydle's got some weird stuff with their ultimate that has apparently just always been going on for a while now, that we're trying to find out why it works the way it does.
Yeah.
No one's 100% clear on that right now.
Yeah. I guess I think it's to do with like when the smoke bomb goes off, it triggers a bunch of traitor stacks, which then triggers a bunch of other debuffs, and then because I think the traitor stacks are attributed to click damage, so then that's what triggers a bunch of click damage to then just wipe. Well, it doesn't like use the click damage, but it's marked as click damage, so that's what it uses to then kill everything around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I think like this is where I think we just need power on this one at this point.
Yeah. I will make a recommendation, Crunch Pod. I know, and when I was first new to the game, like I was new to the company, I was really reluctant to move over to scientific notation myself. But I recommend making the move earlier rather than later, because if you play the game long enough, you're eventually not going to have a choice. The game's just going to go, your number is too big. You have to use scientific notation.
We have no like English representation of this number because it's so large. So we've done this. So if you look down here, I've switched it to letter numbering, so you can see that Narak is at 5.39 billion to unlock, but Freely is at E100. So I think it's at the E65 area is kind of where it ends up like swapping over to being like now you have to you can hit Y to toggle through them, or if you want to, you can go through the settings under interface and scientific notation here.
Yeah. And all the clearest indication of can I do this now is you look at the E value that you have in your bud, and you look at the E value they have for health. Like these frogs have E 204 HP.
Yeah.
So we want our bud to be at least E 203, but ideally E 204 to like see a reasonable kill time on these enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, 203 will kill him eventually. 204 will kill him at that point.
Right.
So, yeah.
And for just like, and this is for everyone. I know we have some new players right now, and maybe you're not used to dealing with scientific notation. Scientific notation represents basically every step. So from E01 to E02, that is 1,000 times more than the previous. So
I think I always think it was that you move the decimal to the right.
Yeah,
one step.
You move the decimal to the right.
Yeah,
but it's important to remember that 1,000 times, just because you might be at like, well, they have E10 and I'm doing E7. It's not that much more. It is. It's a lot.
It's 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Each factor of E is 10 times, not 1,000 times.
Yeah. Right. Sorry. Thank you.
Math.
Math.
Yeah. Yeah. 10 times. So. Yeah. So if you see E99, that is you move the on Desmond here. Move this over twice, and then do 97 zeros. So a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this one. I think we're strapped on this one for sure. I don't have we're not getting the power. I think we can survive a little bit, but we don't really have anything else, I think, to power through it. Unless we... Switching out Desmond, just... I guess let's see Baylock. He's got a bunch of legendaries. But then we lose the human one there, which is not good. We're trying to kind of trade
that smoke bomb slaps. It absolutely slaps.
Yeah.
And yes, order of magnitude, Sweepy, that is the correct way to call it. Every time I want to say order of magnitude, my brain freezes. So I forget what words are.
Yeah. 91.
I just say wrong numbers, like 1,000 instead of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually ended up losing a bunch of DPS. I don't know why. Now we have 6. So we thought we don't have 7 yet. 190.
Was Celise providing a bunch of damage?
I think Celise was. So let's swap her back. And let's go back ahead. See what we get here. We still have Potpourri. It's good. Okay, oh yeah, Celise is providing a ton of damage. Holy smokes!
What is what core are we on?
Oh, that's a good question. We have a core. We don't even, no, that's going to 11. We have fast core. So we're on. So it's level 15.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Moss core's on level 8. And not even filled out.
Yeah.
So so this is our better core here. 195. Let's switch back to Desmond. I'm supposed to E181 or 198. Hello. We spiked. 204. That's what we
204?
need.
Oh, 204. This is going to get us one area.
Yeah. Yes, it was one area, yeah.
All right. Do it again.
Yeah. There's still 204, so I think we can... Come on, spawn more. There we go. Don't waste the light. I actually really like Chaka's ultimate. I want to switch his ultimate actually, because it's the disintegration one I think is better. So it was a 5th slot, yeah, and we want. Oh, it's disintegrating. Okay. Yeah, as long as this does like 1% of their health, They just have a 50% chance to die, so pretty good. Varzeth is asking, "Hello guys, if I may ask a question, when I don't spend blessings like Torm's favor, does that get me damage and gold find or just gold find?" Thanks, guys. So your divine favor will only increase your gold find, but by getting more gold, that will give you more levels and more damage. So it kind of ties into both, but ultimately it does only increase your gold find number right down here, based off of how much blessings.
Jacoby, so do I need to play all the games this is based on before I can play this one?
No. It'll be a lot of work.
There's so many Dungeons and Dragons games.
Yeah. And books.
Yeah.
A lot of these are from books or watching streams. Like,
I think there's probably like some like implicit benefit for players who have just played idle games before coming over, because you kind of get the idea, because things are a little different if you haven't played a lot of idle games before and you move into like Idle Champions, for example.
Yeah.
But beyond that, no, there is nothing you need to play to understand what's going on. There are like very cool like storylines and things within the game, but they're all self-contained to the game itself. It doesn't rely on any like outside of game knowledge or understanding.
Yeah. He has to memorize the monster manual though for D&D. That's the only thing. So you know what everything is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like when we grab something from Forgotten Realms lore, we pick them at a certain spot in time and pull them out. So I think like level wise, I think all the champions here are level 8 or 12. It's one of the two, and that's what we use as kind of like their baseline.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons as a whole, and you've read through the monster manual, you might, if you play the game, you might end up sending us a ticket or two over time, being like, "Hey, you know what? This dwarf says that they're small, but they're medium creatures." Things being labeled fiends when they're not, things like that. Occasionally we get caught up on that kind of stuff, and it's good to have someone catch those, but no, it's not important to memorize the monster manual. You don't need to remember that red dragons have resistance to fire.
It's always neat to whenever like the new D&D stuff comes in, and all of us in the office are pretty much all huge big D&D nerds, so whenever something comes in, we start we try to make sure that the D&D is right in the game. We don't want that to be incorrect in the D&D game. We got one area, I think, and that's all we're gonna get, I think. I don't think we have much else we can do here.
Yeah. We don't have the juice.
Don't have the juice right now. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on now. We're sorry, Zosuke boy. I will not take you in Discord to talk about my failure. Tanner might actually highlight that dwarves are medium creatures. Yeah. If he doesn't say that once in an episode, then are we really having information save, actually? All right, so Belle made us one as well. Theirs are always a lot of fun. So I'm at a Cradle free play. Please make my push team go BERT. I.e. do better. Rules of Shara's bad. All right, that's fair. So I guess we're just going to go over the crowd DPS thing that Marcel's going over.
What?
What?
I completely I transcended planes for a moment. I don't know what's going on. What did you say?
Astral projection. That's what that was. So we're doing a cryo DPS pretty much, or trying to make Belle's cryo free play go BERT. Go burr. And I think we're just gonna be tying into just tying a cryo DPS thing. Although this is a fairly new formation, a fairly new account.
Jacoby again. Non-joke question though. I started this Monday morning and left it running all night. I didn't get any event notification. Did it just start today? The event started last week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
If you just started yesterday, you've probably just been running the tutorial. And it's not going to like inundate you with all the stuff you can't access you can't access until you complete the tutorial. So you'll have only just gotten the indication that it's running. Your first couple of events, you might be able to, unlock a champion, or two, maybe even all three if you're really like pushing it.
Yeah, I think as a new player, you should be able to unlock all three.
Yeah.
Because it's just Area 50 for them, right? So it's not...
It is just Area 50, but they're also... The bosses and event quests can be a little more difficult if, like, you haven't... if you're not used to your formations yet.
Yeah.
But... It's now's a good time. Now's a very good time.
Oh, yeah. Anytime we do, like, one of these big Steam promos, best time to start.
Yeah. And the big thing is just, actually getting the tokens. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Which you can, you earn one every about 25 seconds.
Yes.
Or you can use a couple contracts, and they'll drop you tokens.
Yeah.
So
and if you're getting gold chests, and you should be getting some bounty contracts. Open those up. Those will give you some event tokens.
Yeah. Yeah, and what is it? Averin, Orkira, Whittle, Ayla, Catti, right? Are the champions that we were giving away?
Yeah,
and all of those, they're
very
really good.
Very
like
good.
some of the top tier ones. All right, so we got Shaka out. We got some of his things, some of his stuff, and none of them really fit here, which is very unfortunate. Except for, actually we can do. So we can put Jarl Axel.
We're going to use all your potions, Bell. Every one of them.
All of them. Do that there. I wonder if we then do this.
Catti-Brie's great.
Hate...
even if Catti-Brie's whole thing is just marked for death, it's a super strong debuff.
Yeah.
Great for Crown formations.
Yeah, I hate Kryle's DPS formation. Or I hate just this formation it's bad. I don't like it.
It looks like almost like the cool S everyone would draw in high school,
I don't know. I want to know what the origins of that S are.
Where did that start? Somewhere in some tomb in Egypt, there's an ancient hieroglyphic of the cool S.
Yeah. This. Oh, like this. That's what that was. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna save this here.
Zatsuki boy, you did it.
Oh, you did it?
You got through.
Oh, managed it really
beat
nice.
Sean. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, not too proud. It's not that difficult to beat Sean, but I mean, I'm proud of you.
Okay, so we want Tiefling here. We're gonna want. Oh, we can just put you there actually, just the column ahead. So we're gonna mess up a lot more. Okay, that's not too bad. Do we actually want to use Kryle here or no? Probably not.
See, I never actually have to play in front of any of you, so I don't have to prove anything.
I'm just here to talk. Just here to talk. My host is only here to talk smack. That's all. And it's a great job.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I think for this is a fairly good formation. We'll just swap that. I'm not a big fan of Catti being so far up front, but I think that's okay. And don't we have anything else we can really fit in the speed category?
Do we have Whittle?
We don't in this one, no.
Okay.
So yeah, we're missing. This is probably one of Bell's many accounts. But yeah, Catti really buffs in front. Yeah, that's true. So I'm not. We can probably just get rid of her for Strix. And then start using Strix's debuffs and Smelly and stuff. And the poor hygiene. And just kind of use that instead. But otherwise, I think this is pretty good. Dungeon Master, I don't think we really need.
Third so far.
Third account. The third account. Yeah. One of the many. One of the many.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could use Hitch. Just Delina is a sorcerer. This one actually might be a lot better here. Oh wait, that's the same start as Delina. Yeah. I think this is fine. I like Strix here. All right, so this should go. This should go Burr. I don't know how Burr it'll go. But
How Burr?
yeah. Drax is not. Drax is not good here either. But I want Jarlax. I want Jarlaxle really just to fill that that slot for Shaka.
Well, why don't we?
I need to be writing Goldfine. So
why don't we? Oh.
why don't we what?
Put Brunor where Jarlaxle is. Put Delina where Strix is, or is Strix or DPS?
Delina's our DPS.
Then put Delina where Strix is, so that we can benefit. So that Delina can benefit from Rally.
Yeah, but then we're not benefiting from Nayeli or from Calliope or from Celeste.
Sean, you know, sometimes I don't know. Yeah, this formation design is just
it's tough, man. Like for a newer player like this, I think this formation's very very tough. So, I mean, Canterbury is probably stronger overall than our Jarlaxle, but I just don't see a place that would benefit her having be in her, really, or more than a stack of the puzzle, probably. So what? E42, E43. Yeah, it is a little bit better there. But then we're also not buffing in front, but I could just do this. So we're still getting the mail, and then
what is is that Tiefling there?
Tiefling, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Male non-binary, speed, and Tiefling. So I'd probably do the reroll when I get to Shaka just to see what we get, if we had enough gold for it, but. That's what I would probably do. Let's just see if we can speed these up a bit. Ta-da, more gems, yay! We're gonna open up the electric chests. What do we get? Potions, yay!
And gear.
Yeah, some okay gear. Nothing too fancy. But yeah, I think like this will probably push us to, I want to say, 150, maybe a little bit further. Once we start getting, the problem is we're actually not taking advantage of Tyro's two slots. And then Delina's a good champion, right? Yeah. So we will benefit from some good once we start coming under attack, which is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is totally fine here. I'd probably run with this. All right.
I'd give this a medium amount of burr. I don't think we're going full burr on this.
We're definitely not capitalizing the burr here.
Yeah, but there's a little burr. There's some burr.
Yeah. It's new player burr. It's okay.
Yeah.
You gotta start at some level of burr. All right. Thank you, Belle, as always. All right, so next up we have Bozinus, who's looking for a deep push formation for the Sword Coast adventure. Is Beast Intentions the best pushing one? Yes and no, I want to say. It's a tough one. So I think it really depends on what is this burr you keep talking about? Just like the meme for speed to go fast. Like how fast you're gonna go, how far you're gonna go. Yeah, on a scale from burr to burr, how would you rate it? Probably about 3 or 4 R's. That's where I would go.
There you go. That's perfect.
Uncapitalized, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is. Are we in? Oh, multi-party. Okay, is this the right one?
So that was your weekend, Sean?
Oh, it was pretty good. I went and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was a really, really good.
I keep hearing great things.
Good. It's the movie name makes a lot of sense. it is really Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie was so up, down, left, right, emotions, laughing, back to like, oh boy. Yeah, it was a lot. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. So there's no restrictions in this one, so this is perfect. So we can just we can build off of this. What do we have? Everybody else here got their whittle. A lot of chests open. Oh my god. If you are new and you started the game, don't hold on to your chests. Just open them.
Jacoby, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah. Phenomenal movie. Great movie. One of Dylan, who's our marketing lead here, I brought up in our Monday meeting last week, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like he's really into it. Like it sounds pretty good. I'll go check it out on the weekend." So my partner and I went and saw it, and oh my, we left like we had nothing to say about the movie because it was just like I have nothing I want to say because it was just good. But it's definitely fallen into the current trend of movies of parents apologizing.
Parents apologizing?
Yeah. Like Encanto, Don't Look Up. No. Sorry. Was it Looking Red? That Pixar movie.
Turning Red.
Turning Red. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, those ones. Like it's just a movie about parents apologizing in the end. Yeah. Okay. So formation building time. We want. The big thing with Averin is we always kind of want him in the middle. Because the more mirrors Averin is surrounded by, the better all champion buff he's going to provide. So we definitely always going to want him either beside our DPS, and around as many mirrors as possible. So with that, we will just shift Averin down and move Celeste all the way down here. This way, we're still targeting Ashara, as I'm assuming our DPS, because we are in both Potpourri and Exotics. Melf's not really doing a lot here, in my opinion. So I would either honestly Gazric or Gosric or Hitch might be good here.
Say Hitch.
Yeah, Hitch is easy because you can just pop him in, right?
Gosric kind of requires some finagling.
So Melf's actually very well geared, so we might just want to keep Melf in.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, really well geared. All right, never mind. I take it back. But yeah, honestly, I think for the most, we could actually probably E60, so E80 with Tyrell. Yeah, even with Tyrell still in. Wow. Yeah, I thought Gosric we would probably put where Makos is and just shift Makos down, and that way it'd be 2 slots away for Gosric. But yeah, I think I also think this formation is fairly.
I mean,
good.
I feel like you could potentially get more out of Tyrell tanking and Hitch being where Tyrell was.
Yeah, but we're going to be losing. I want to say EO4. How much is
I think Tyrell's buff when Tyrell's actually getting attacked is higher. It would be higher than Nayeli's.
Yeah, it's just like what we're saying. We're losing a lot because natural performer is only buffing a little bit, like 4,500, compared to Nayeli's 48,000.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty big difference.
Well.
Yeah.
It was a try.
Yeah. I mean, I think this moving the Averin in the middle is the best. We could probably just move. Actually, wait. So that E80 to 9. No, it is better.
You need Melf in the back.
Yeah, but then it'll tank Tyrell. It'll tank Tyrell. We could switch to Cadibri, but even then, her gear is not even comparable to Tyrell's here. Because here we also have a GE on the Moonbeam and Wild Inspiration abilities. So
You could swap Celeste and Orkira, and you'd still be able to heal and maintain the buff. Like, just swap their positions.
yeah,
That way, Orkira is actually healing Naili.
yeah. Actually, is Orkira even on her? Oh, that's the wrong one. Orkira is on. Oh, yeah. So we watch with Orkira. 9 times out of 10, we want Tailfeather the Phoenix. This way, she heals everybody not adjacent to her, and then that will work on increasing her healing flame, and then that'll buff Elemental Fire, which will make people stronger. So we definitely want healing flame being.
Orkira's a monster.
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah, Akira's a monster. For sure. Alright. So that'll help us with a bigger debuff to do more damage later overall. I think now we can actually switch to War Domain on Celeste here. Which should provide a bit bigger of a buff. That's still ahead, that's still there. Those are two that's not adjacent. That's all good. Okay. Oh god.
So, Jacoby, click damage is extremely reliant on how much favor you have.
Yeah.
And realistically speaking, it's click damage on its own is not ever going to be able to keep up, simply because of the amount of health enemies get and how much like gold it would cost to buy the click damage you need to get there. Now, there are specific formations. Click debuff is what it's called, where you use certain champions that debuff enemies that allow the clicks to do more damage or kill them faster, that you can use to like focus on clicking as the target. But generally speaking, click damage is used like very early in your progression, or when you're setting up really simple like gem farms where you have like one familiar leveling up your click damage and one on the field killing monsters. Yes and no, I guess. There's a lot of edge cases there.
Yeah, it wraps time becomes relevant in like the near the end game, where all you want to do is click to a certain area, and then reset the adventure, and then keep clicking, and then you just kind of gem farm with that. And so Beast Intentions the best for deep pushing. Let's say like if you want to see like the bigger area number, the best places to push are going to be in events. The health of monsters and damage is a bit lower during events, and then you also have the full 10 slots. So if you want to like do a push that's like I want to see how far I can go in an event, I would highly recommend using Shaka's formation, because it provides just a ton of adjacencies. It's the best formation this event for sure, compared to Krydle and Dungeon Master, which are just right out of pocket. Just I don't even know what to do with these ones. They're out of control. So Shaka's just like all nice and tight and bound together, and just a perfect for all your adjacency needs. Is there a way to deal with armor aside from multi-hit ultimates? Multi-hit champions. Let's see. So Ashar has Magic Missile. As she levels up, she'll get more and more attacks attached to that. If you have Gosrick, he has an ability called Armor Ablation, which will lower it every time he attacks him. It lowers the threshold you need to break the armor. So those ones are good. Human, as someone saying there, is really good in that when you have Human, I think set in the middle, when you take off a chunk of armor, it'll then take off extra chunks as well. And Esmeralda does that as well. So if you have like Human, Esmeralda, Ashara, and Gosrick out, like armor, what's armor? And just they're dead.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, like, you can use. It doesn't have to be Ashara. Like Ashara is just a good example because Ashara is a strong champion. But there are multiple champions that have multi hits.
Yeah. Oriza, Farida. Farida's probably honestly the next best on the list.
Yeah.
Who else has multi-hits? And Dungeon Master's multi-hits, right? He's got Magic Missile. Or if they're standing on a, if they're like a stationary target, champions like
Krull.
Donar and Krull, who put a pool underneath them that does damage per tick, is really, really strong. And it'll melt them. But yeah, so pushing, deep pushes. If you want to test out in a normal campaign, I would say Beast Intentions is probably the best because there's no armored enemies, there's no hit-based monsters, there's nothing that will come out and just like and is super strong. If you're looking for like a farming one, I would say in the beginning, Mad Wizard's probably really good, and just go to like Area 30. That's it. Area 30, reset, rinse, repeat that way. That way, I think that avoids the orb, because that is a hit-based monster, and that will slow you down, but it'll still get all the portal enemies. I think that's what it goes to. Yep. Like now we are flying away here. So, yeah. Honestly, I think changing here, there's not a lot. My recommendation is just open these chests. Like, this is just a lot of power you're sitting on. That it's kind of, you're missing out on a lot here, right? So, highly recommend.
Oh boy, open those chests.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, yeah. Yeah, cool. So that is it for that one. Oh, another Bell one. What we got for Bell this time? Bell just says, this variant sucks. This has something for anyway. Just what I think it is. This is a lesson in classes, Bell. Because this variant sucks. But you didn't list the variant. I swear to God.
I don't know. A lesson in classes, the best answer to that at this point seems to be Belushi and Desmond.
It's not Belushi.
I didn't say Belushi. I said Belushi.
It sounded like you said Belushi.
I said Belushi.
Like, what do you mean Belushi? John Belushi. Yeah, Belushi, Desmond, Spurt. Those are definitely the top ones for that. We're talking about click debuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can start click debuff whenever, really. It's just a matter of like how far you're gonna get, right?
Yeah.
And how fast you're
like
gonna get
realistically there. Speaking, you'll probably not have all the like key champions with like reasonable equipment that one would use for click debuff until you have a decent amount of favor anyways.
Yeah. Friendly imps. Okay. 3 friendly imps take up slots in your formation and try to help you out. Unfortunately, they're not very effective. Typical imps. Yeah, this one. Just 13. We're Cryo DPS right now, I think. Yeah. If we 13, 1.8 14, 0.16. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Oh, it's because she's not leveled up. That's probably helpful. Yeah, I hate escort missions. Yeah, escort missions really aren't too bad. If you really don't like escort missions, I would highly recommend picking up Desmond from a Time Gate. We don't have enough pieces. That's why it's all grayed out here. Where is Desmond? Desmond right here.
Yeah. Desmond just gives a better buff the more people are either dead in the formation or the more things you are escorting.
Yeah. So with three escorts, it's
pretty meaty.
It's very strong.
Just a couple of questions I want to address here. Squishy, do people generally keep going with events after cleaning the variants? Yes. So every time you hit Area 50 on the free play version of a Champions event adventure, you get either a silver or a gold chest for them. you're more likely to get a silver one, but you can get a gold. Now,
Yeah.
the more you run the free play, the more the cost goes up, going up to 2,500 per use. So yeah, people will continue to run them. People will save bounty contracts until an event that they're interested in comes out, dump a whole bunch of bounty contracts for tons of event tokens, and then just like go hard getting chests.
Yeah.
Like events are some of the best ways to get equipment for your champions. You're fairly new, so you're not going to really have that giant backlog of supply there. So just go work on your other adventures. If you end up with 2,500 tokens burning a hole in your pocket, go run a free play for one of the 3 champions you're interested in, and then go back to back to the other campaign.
Yeah, event tokens don't carry over, like Warlock is saying there.
Yeah.
So once you have the tokens, use them, because once the event's over on Monday at oh guys, I always remember if it's 10 or 12 on Monday.
It's 12.
12, yeah, and yeah,
it's 12. It's 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. It's PDT right now. So let's just go with Pacific.
Whatever.
Time. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Daylight saving time. It's a scam.
Yeah. It is.
Now. So yeah, that's the basic direction there. Just keep in mind it's Area 50. So once you beat the boss in Area 50 and you're on Area 51, you can complete the adventure.
Yeah.
You'll have your chest.
Yeah.
Going further than that is not going to get you another chest.
Yeah. You need to complete the Area 50.
Yes.
And one point to note too is Taylor was saying that you get silver chest and gold chest, which is very true. We have a parity timer involved in it too. So if you get 3 silver chests in a row, your 4th chest is guaranteed to be a gold. So every 4th one, if you don't get a gold, will become a gold.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so
good.
Very, very helpful for when you're farming and trying to get stuff up. So.
And for Severin Blaine, does the favor for campaign help with the patron variant? Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes. Your favor for that specific campaign, so Sword Coast, for example, is the same favor you'll have when running a Mert variant or a Vajra variant, Zariel variant.
Yeah.
So it will help greatly, and yeah, the variants definitely do make it tougher, especially with that limitation. If you've just unlocked Mert, you probably don't have a huge selection of champions yet, so that even good and evil sounds like a pretty simple requirement to hit. Good and evil champions.
So many neutral.
Yeah, there's a ton of neutral. Yeah, it's a little bit of growing pains there as you accumulate more champions, but you definitely get to keep your favor. Your favor still benefits you. The blessings still benefit you.
Yeah,
and you get to start building those perks. Those can be quite powerful.
Yeah, your favor will always benefit you while you're in that specific campaign. So, yeah. Unless something says specifically, favor doesn't help here, which there's only a couple adventures that do that, but those are usually super special unlock ones.
Yeah.
Like the split the party. You don't get it's no favor involved there. The Mad God adventure to unlock Trials of Mount Tiamat, also no favor involved there. So
yeah, Stumarak set it to Area 51 for the reset of Modron.
Yeah. That's mostly just our recommendation, just to be safe. All right, yeah. So formation wise for this one, was pretty good. I think having Crydle can buff himself, so we kind of want to put him in the. We just kind of moved everybody back a little bit. This way, Crydle is buffing himself because he wasn't before, and now he's also buffing categories. So we're kind of working a dual DPS, which is not recommended, but okay. Calliope in the very back here just to provide some the buffs here. Naily in front to buff them, and I just threw in Makos to buff our 2 DPS, and everyone behind Evelyn gets buffed anyway, so we're happy with that. And this will definitely go to 75. Oh, very, very easily. You could also probably drop Canterbury for Hitch, because he'll buff Crydle. That's a good backup in case, but I like Canterbury right now. So
Agent Kush, I noticed the favor earned during the event can be converted after it's over. Do you think it's worth going as far as it can during the event? If you are a newer player, I do not recommend pushing in an event just to accumulate favor. You will get much more favor just by doing, like, working your way through the various campaigns than you will from and the amount of favor you'd be able to farm in the event. It's really just a, like, so this favor isn't completely going to waste. We're going to give you some towards some existing existing favor you have. It can be quite difficult to get a noticeable increase from that conversion.
Yeah.
You have to be able to push very far.
Yeah. I would just recommend that, like on the Sunday before the event's over, just do like one push as far as you can get. And I wouldn't I'd put a little bit of effort into it, maybe use some posts and stuff, but I wouldn't go all in. And then once you have that, once you have all that favor from the event, you can hold on to it for a week before you're forced to convert it. So once you have that, then you can go, okay, well, I want to convert it to the Tomb of Annihilation Kalimvor favor. So you can go to Kalimvor and then spend that week just doing a bunch of pushes as deep as you can get, constantly upgrading it until you're forced to convert it. Or you can convert it right away. Whatever, it's up to you there.
I convert it right away.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. I mean, for like our level of stuff, converting it right away is probably the best case scenario for it. Because us pushing through adventures nowadays is very hard to even get a level up in favor for me. Bell's asking how much does this Malkos bring to the table? To be honest, not a lot. It's 1,000% boost, but it's better than Hitch, who's only buffing like 100%. So Malkos is kind of my preferred here right now. And like we're gonna go to 75 like without problem here. This is gonna be really easy. Yeah. Favorite help variant. Got that question. There are plans to have all the chambers that Dungeon Masters can work with in a bundle. Oh, like for sale? Probably not. That would be a very specific bundle.
What's that? Sorry.
If we did, so are there any plans to have all the chambers that Dungeon Master can work with in a bundle? So I wonder if that means like the young champion thing for it's like patient junk ones, his ability for anyone under 20. Because reality, he works with everybody, so that pack would be very large. There would be 100, not 100 champions, but like close to 80 something champions in that pack. And if everybody had 16 gold chests in it, oh boy, you want to talk about big microtransactions? That's the one. Yeah. So, but for just the young ones, I don't think we would. Because they're too varied, right? It's too like there's a lot across the spectrum there of what would be in that pack. And we like to keep things like thematic and not like, although it is kind of thematic. So, I mean, I guess a possibility. Nothing's off the table, but my vote is that we likely won't do something like that. So for Modron automation, we need to go to 51. I feel like I get confused when I try to automate. You don't have to go to 51. We recommend 51 as just a like fail safe in case something weird goes wrong with the event or with an adventure or whatever. So it's not necessarily like required. It's just a safety.
It just makes you feel better about it. It's really like it's a feels thing. I set it to Area 51. It like technically, if you're like, and this is a large amount of our players who are just like efficiency.
Yeah,
efficiency. They'll set it to Area 50. But I set it to Area 51. It makes me feel more comfortable about it, and I know I haven't like made a mistake. I can.
Yeah. I think Area 51 confirmed. Yeah, aliens are involved here. The reasoning we had suggested Area 51 is that previously there was a bit of a weird issue, I think, with the way Modron automation would reset, is that it would like reset at the wrong timing, so you beat the boss, but then you wouldn't get the chest. So we have fixed that, but since then, it's been the recommendation just be to Air 51 just in case. So, but that issue has been it's been like a year, I think. But keep better safe than sorry. So, at least I have not seen a bug like that in quite some time. So, all right, well we beat this one. So yay us, we did it. I mean, yay me, because I do all the hard lifting here. But yeah. We are out of submissions. So, if you're stuck, you want help, you want to know how to use all these new champions you've been getting recently, please feel free to make a ticket for us so we can take a look and bring it up on screen and showcase what you got going on and how we can help. To do so,
we got an hour left. Like, I can't just rag on Sean for an hour, but it's easier if we have something.
Yeah, we have something to do in the background. To do so, up in the little bottom corner here, there's a little ticket button. You're going to create that. That will open up the ticket page for you to make a ticket. Please label it the name Formation Save. And then in the box down below, just put in, hey, I need help with this. I'm stuck on this thing. Let me try that. Or you can do it through the main menu here, the support option. And of course, that's how you also make a ticket for if something's wrong in game, or if something goes wrong with the purchase, or something weird is happening, like a graphic display bug is happening. That's how you report it to us, and we are the ones who go through and go, hey, that's not okay. We'll send that to the devs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is our job.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is gonna keep going now. How was your weekend? You asked for me. I never asked
about my weekend.
Yeah.
So, due to world events, D&D's been very off and on for the game I run over the last couple of years. And we were about to wrap up a pretty significant arc that my players have been in for a while.
Ooh.
And right now they're dealing with something that's a little beyond their ability to really deal with. But one of my players, did a thing at the very end of last session. I thought I was very clear with the fact that, maybe don't get yourself killed here, but they attacked, and now I had to end the session there because I was like,
I didn't prep for this.
I didn't prep for a total party kill. So we'll see how that goes.
Spicy. Lurker Bam is asking a question: is it worth farming a time gate for Mr. Favor? Yes and no. The conversion from Mr. Favor to a regular campaign favor is a lot less than it would be from event to permanent campaign. I think it's 2.5% per every EO1, right? So so that was, again, I think it falls in the same category as do one really big deep push. That way you get to a point where you've gotten a lot of favor and then just end it and convert it. So same goes for events. Don't spend a lot of time doing a deep push every day, because it's not really worth a lot of it. I just do one big one. I do two personally. I do one right in the beginning, just to get a lot of favor, and then I'll do one at the very end just to kind of see how far I can maximize it. And then after that, it's all right, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Do some farming in between, obviously for chests and stuff, but
it's just an additional little thing you get for doing a time gate or doing the event. It's not the main attraction.
Yeah. I mean, in the higher echelons of the game, when you've been playing for a very long time and you're like, oh great, I have E110 favor in Torm. Then that's when the conversion makes a lot of importance. Because that's at that point will be the only way you're going to earn favor is through events and time gates. So, Barry the Crocodile, love it. Says, question, Taylor, did you find out from the devs that DM's Ultimate Madness variant is working correctly with respect to cooldowns not being halved? Did you find out from the devs that DM's Ultimate Madness variant is working correctly with respect to cooldowns not being halved?
No, I have not. my impression of it, there's just been a lot going on, and there's been a lot going on, but
Yeah.
my impression of it is that it only has ultimate cooldowns as far to their limit, right? Like it won't reduce their ultimate cooldown any further than what the established, which is what, 50% to begin with. Like a cooldown cannot be less than 50% of.
That was it was more than that.
Which is why like Brunor still has a 15-second ultimate cooldown.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's something like 80%. I think it's
is it 80 or no? It's 75.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
75%.
Somewhere in there. Some percentage sounds correct.
Yeah. But no, I don't have a concrete answer yet.
Yeah, it's been we've had been a busy week last weekend, and even just come back this week.
Yeah.
Has been super busy. All right.
I was talking to Sean, and I was considering sitting out today too to just keep taking care of tickets, but it looks like we're
okay. We're in an okay spot.
We're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay.
Between the two of us, we can get it all filled out. And like this is my only stream for the day, so I'm not don't have a lot of worry afterwards, and then we have a lot of free time just to kind of blaze through those. All right, we got a new one coming in. So it's Christopher PMVic or Omvic. I can't. George thing's in the way. I'm a new player without a lot of heroes. I'm having a hard time when I push for favor. I end up hitting my limit about 175-ish. I'm working on Tomb of Annihilation at this point. I only end up increasing favor by 15% or so each run. Is this a good formation for later pushing? I'm currently running a variant that is green to progress. I mean, 15% increase each run. It's not bad. I wouldn't count that out at all.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Yeah. So as Warlock is saying there, that if you make a ticket, what we do is when we save a copy of your account, we don't load up your account. We could kind of clone it, and I move it over to my own side account here and load it up there. So while we're playing kind of your cloned copy of the game, you still have full access to your game. You just have to reload your account or reload your client. That's all.
Just the act of us saving the copy of your account is going to kick you a little bit.
All right, let's see. They're Red Wizards of the Fae. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's go back to Area 1. And we will save this one.
Any chests we open, any potions we use, etc. It's not actually your chests or potions. It's just this is a copy.
Exactly. All right. Let's see here. We got a lot of DPS champions in here that don't need to be here. All right. So we're gonna get rid of Delina because we don't need her. She's not too useful here. We say there's a whole bunch is that a big portion of this game is kind of front loading a single DPS. Like you don't want to have too many DPS eggs in one basket. So in this case, like Jarlaxle's nice, but we probably don't need him. But I think he's going to be in here anyway, just for some gold find. And then we'll throw Tyrell in here. I think like mostly you're actually doing a pretty good job here on the formation. Malkos is in the corner, which is perfect where we want him.
We should throw Cadbury in the back.
Yeah, Cadbury should be back a little bit so we can do this.
Swap with
even just like this, moving it behind Ashara so that she's buffing up front, I think is more than enough.
Yeah.
More than fine. This way, Calliope's still buffing ahead.
Averin should be in the center.
Yeah. So we want to target neutral. So I'm assuming Ashara's our DPS here. Yep. So we'll put Averin in the middle, which means we got to move Whittle actually. So we'll move Whittle to here. So that way Whittle's attached to Ashara. Jarlax is backwards. We're gonna move him out, put him back in. That I can get that bug to happen on stream. Never at my desk.
Never see it happen when we're actually testing.
Yeah, never at my desk, but I'll always do it on stream. I don't know why. It's frustrating.
All right. What's our bond?
I think probably potpourri. Potpourri, yep. Awesome. So we have that. We have that plus the curse of ball. Oh, so that's all loaded up. That's great. Yeah. This is probably. I wonder if Ayla would get us further than Nayeli. If we.
I mean, Ayla's a better tank, but
Yeah. So if we do this. And that. I mean, the tanking is beneficial, and like, her debuff is very strong too. So. Yeah, just don't break Paragon. Yeah. Oh, we did break Paragon, so we actually need Makos out. All right, never mind.
well, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's fine though. Yeah, I think this is okay. I guess we can probably just ditch Jarlaxle for Hitch.
Yeah.
E52, E50. Yeah, exactly. There we go. All right. Yeah, I like that actually. Let's keep going. We're gonna go fast just to see what it gets here. Our big concern is the Red Wizards of the Fae there, because they're all hit based. They have a chance of getting close.
Does Orkira have a spec chosen?
I think so. She's definitely not healing everybody, so
Yeah.
we will. Yeah, so let's take a look here first. Nelly's Arrow of Courage.
Yeah.
That's fine. Inspiration's fine. That's good. Int and Con, which is fine because Ashara is a wizard. So yeah, we're just gonna use Orkira. So for Orkira, again, we always kind of want her on the tail feather of the Phoenix. We want her healing as many people as she can be. That way, because when you heal, it kind of increases effective healing done, which then that number gets kind of applies and helps her debuff, which then make this a lot stronger. So they tie in together really, really well. Which will
you can probably swap Orkira and Makos and just that'll let Orkira heal
a little bit more. Yeah.
A little. Yeah.
All right. And then we're flying. Look at that. Let's see here. Do we have anybody else? If you want to switch in Minsk, no, not really. Minsk is a good put in ultimate pull him out kind of champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did they say they were getting stuck at?
175.
All right, so we'll be there pretty quick.
Yeah, I think we can get there pretty quick here. Yeah, I mean, I think as a newer player, like I wouldn't be too concerned with making like massive gains right off the bat. It's like this game is incremental progress, right? So it's all about as long as each thing you're doing is progressing you forward a little bit, then you're winning, right? Yeah. Like.
How many time gate pieces do they have?
We got one.
You got one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, not enough for we need 6 pieces to unlock a time gate to unlock a new champion. They drop but once every 5 days, and it drops 1. So obviously we want to be kind of hoping for the turn back time, blessing as soon as we can, because it increases the amount of time gate pieces dropped by bosses. So we definitely want that as fast as we can, so we can start unlocking more champions, running more time gates, and so on. Yeah. Warnings enabled. Always make sure your warnings are enabled. So if you ever go to level something up and you get this warning, personally wouldn't spend it. All right, so it's like 1% of your favor is going to get spent. Does time gate pieces drop an event? They do. So time gate pieces will always drop from a boss, like in a boss bag. So about every 5-ish days, it kind of unlocks you. It unlocks like the ability to get a time gate piece, and then it's always up. Then it's up to kind of the RNG for the piece to drop whenever it chooses to. But as long as you're killing bosses, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter where that boss is. We could check Shaka's puzzles and see if what we're getting here. Female, male, non-binary, tiefling. Oh, actually, we could do that speed. We don't have a speed champion right now, do we? We could put Minsk in, but all right, let's add that 5th slot and we'll see what we get. We can just swap okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I think with the Shaka, like as much like we can showcase them off here as like this is what we got, but like it's obviously it's random per per use.
Yeah.
So like while this Shaka is working for us right now, it may not be the best later on. Speed change. Oh, we put Whittle up there. But that's not gonna. So that'll increase the buff and not give Ashara what we want. That's that sucks. That's fine. Yeah, I just want to see if we can get past 175, and we have a couple other other saves coming in here, so we can take a look at those after. I really want to hit. I want to get to 180. I think. Yeah. Y'all think Eliwick gem buff is worth it over like a regular Rust? Oh man, Eliwick. Man, you want to talk about RNG? Eliwick is like the top of the like. If you get bad RNG, it feels the worst. It takes so long to get a card for her every 100 areas that if you end up pulling like a flame or like a flame or fates or something, one of those bad ones, it's just like great. Well, there goes that run, right? So and you could be like say area 800, like I'm about to push 900. My cards have been perfect, and then all of a sudden like boom, your cards are gone, and you're like, all right, well, that's the deck of many things. Then you restart and try again, but yeah. I personally am not like I don't really use Eliwick personally because I don't like that massive RNG factor. I said Eliwick slot 10 or just 10, right? I'd rather just be using Tyrell or Olcoria if I have her unlocked. Torgar's not too bad there either, I think.
Especially for evil formations.
Yeah,
Torgar's very good.
What else? Who else is in that slot? Barrowin, Wolfgar. Oh, Havilar. Yeah, Havilar's really good. Oh, specifically for Golden Favor. Yeah, I probably just use Rust over Eliwick in that regard. Point for Averin here. Whenever we're leveling him up, we always want to make sure we pick sturdy mirrors. Having 2 more mirrors is much better than having mirrors be the 2 mirrors we have originally be a lot stronger. So we always want to make sure we have 4 mirrors. All right. Well, we passed 175, and we're still flying. We're killing people too fast. I don't know how much health we have. E1 is that 50? No. Yeah, I think the 50s. I think this is a easy 225 push. I think a 20% increase in our favor. Yeah, we're going. We're flying.
We're flying.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think this formation works. Like obviously, with Shaka the puzzle came out really well for us, so we're quite happy with that. If not, I think Makos, the position we had him before, was pretty good. I wish I could make that speed slot work. It's gonna bug me if I can't make it work. If I do this.
Little speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you don't. Was that worth losing Naeli's aura?
Oh, that's true. We got Abraham's achievement. That's awesome. Okay,
Nice.
so we'll be at E67. Yeah. I think so. I think we're E71 still. Yeah, the hard part is we can't really test how strong we are because we're killing things too fast. So we don't have anything coming out to attack us.
But we're doing well here.
Yeah, this is
We blew past where
I honestly think this is like 225, 250. because we haven't used any ultimates yet. We don't need to, and like Orkira's ultimate helps push quite a bit. So, I think if I had to recommend a champion to unlock next, I'd honestly probably just say Zorbu. That or oh my god, who else? What champions are in this game, Taylor? I don't remember.
There are
a lot.
Many champions, Sean.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, some good I guess for slot 3, Spurt or Omen would be pretty good.
Omen would be good.
Yeah, slot 4 is definitely Baloth or Jahir or Desmond, not Jahira. But Jahira's okay.
I would. If you get Omen, get Baloth. If you get Spurt, then get Desmond.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. That's perfect. Slot 5 is Briv and Keelik. Those two are really, really strong. Briv more so. 3 and 4 is next event. Nice. And what is next event? What's after?
I don't know if this is like.
Oh, next event is the Mojang March. So Jahira, Mehen, and X new champion.
This might be a little, against the grain. I think Titania is a pretty good tank to unlock.
I do agree.
So,
yeah,
that's one to look out for. And but honestly, Zorbu, I would grab Zorbu. Zorbu is going to, especially this early in the game, because Ashara is really reliant on
having a deep roster,
having other champions.
Yeah,
you want a deep roster to be able to pull from to hit those bonds. So Zorbu is going to take you a long way until you get there.
Yeah.
And with Zorbu, you're going to pick up Krull to go into.
Yeah, and that's really good.
Yeah, and that's going to take you pretty far for quite a while. Eventually, Ashara is still going to eke out ahead of Zorbu again, but you're going to get a lot out of Zorbu before that happens.
Yeah, and this is for the matter of like with Zorbu, he's not strong right when you get him. He does require a little bit of farming. You put him in an adventure, he kills stuff. He gets stronger based on how many kills he gets. And if you do that for a couple of days, he'll then bypass Ashara pretty quickly. But just based on the number of silver chests and gold chests you're going to get throughout the game, it helps Ashara kind of slowly work her way up. But for I think a mid-game DPS, Zorbu is like your number one there. All right, yeah,
Tatiana is atrociously powerful. It's crazy.
I really like Tatiana. I just think her survivability is very poor.
Well,
so
she's best in multi-tank lineups. Like when you can throw Briv or Isla in the front line and then have Tatiana there just for the buff, it's
pretty good.
Whoa.
Yeah,
so good.
I'm interested in this Desmond Spurt and Blushi combo, but I haven't found a variant I can use it on. Which patrons allow that combination? Oh. I don't know which patrons would allow them all together. Spurt's not good for patrons. I think he only really works well with Mert, because his stats are not very strong. So he's only eligible for Mert.
But like getting through like base lesson classes, it's a good option. So I'm just we use the fandom wiki much like all of you do, and I'm looking at Blushi right now, and eligible for patron Murd. So Mert would be the one that they're all eligible for. So that would be the one you could run that combination with. I just particularly find them extremely beneficial for those very difficult variants that are just hard to do baseline, like without even including patrons. We're all already familiar with the fact that once you throw patrons into the mix, some adventures just become
near monolithic. Well, Christopher, I think this formation is doing really well. We're at almost 600% increase in favor, and we have not slowed down at all. So I think I think we're doing great. I think this is great. We're moving fast, and hopefully, Shaka gives you a good formation like this to use on. If not, Makos will still be pretty good, and we'll still probably keep going this far. I honestly, this might be like pushing to 300 at this point. Yeah, keep it up. You know, this is gonna be a huge increase in favor. Just keep going until you hit a wall, and then at that point, that's when you start playing around the ultimates, see how well that goes, and go from there.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Next up is Omnis with actually it's gonna be a pretty fun one, which is, if you don't mind, can you go over any interaction DM would have on Tale of Two Champions? Wondering if there'd be any use here, but I did not think so. I don't have this very open. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, Tale of Two Champions would allow DM to be put in as one of the champions, obviously, and then he could guest star a third champion into it. Or you can put in two, then add DM in, and then guest star a fourth person. I think you can do.
Yep.
Because he's allowed no matter what.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, that's
DM goes where he pleases.
Yeah, because he's the DM. Yeah. In this case, we'll do Servants, who's on a Mert variant for persistent buzzing. Looking for help and set up a party for completing Mert variants in the Sword Coast area. Blech. All right, Sword Coast area. And then if we have time, we'll grab Bell's last one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, Spirit doesn't have the stats for Vajra because Vajra requires a con of 14 or higher. Or is it 13 or higher? I want to say 14. Count Zero interrupted to say, question, folks keep mentioning guest star with regards to DM. What is that? So guest star is one of DM's specializations. So it allows a champion that technically wouldn't be allowed in that adventure to be added in. So it's called special guest star. So for example, if you're on a Mert variant, like we are now, and we have a champion that's neutral, that's not allowed, like Ayla as an example, DM could allow us to bring Ayla into the adventure to be able to be used, or Whittle, or Deacon in this regard. So when is this level up, or did we already pick it? We'll take a look. We did. Okay, so we see here special guest star. In this case, Jamila was our chosen one. She's technically not allowed in this adventure, but by using this one, as long as DM is in the formation, we can bring out Jamila to be used. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So it allows for a bit of like fun playing around with it, depending on the adventure variants. There's a lot of variants in the game, so if you find something with DM that you think should probably work but isn't, definitely make us a ticket, and we will do our best to get that addressed. There's a lot of different edge cases with DM, so he's going to be a fun one to be working on for a while. All right. Let's see. Stop moving. We'll go back to Area 1. And we're going to save. All right. Let's just make sure everyone's full leveled up. All right, let's see what we got. So is Jarlaxle our DPS right now? He is. Jarlaxle, a really good starting DPS. Although I think Catti-brie might be better. Oh, Jarlaxle actually got a lot higher E43, E46. I think we're on got some good buffs from on Jarlaxle right now, so we're pretty good there. Yeah, I mean, honestly, formation-wise, I think this is already pretty good. DM isn't really doing anything here, unfortunately. He's mostly just here to provide shields. Because he's not buffing anybody with Patience of the Young One, because there's nobody 20 or younger in the formation right now. Nor do I think we have anyone besides Spurt who is 20 and under. Yeah, everyone's too old. Yeah, so Tyrell will probably be better here than DM would be. We put him in Moonbeam, which is pretty good. This way, buffing everybody. Strix would also be okay, but I think Tyrell's gonna be a little bit better. Do we have Evelyn? Yeah, we could move Evelyn in as our actual tank, but I don't think we need to. And Minsk is not really needed. Delina's not really needed. Dritz, not too good. Shaka, it's a 50-50, really. We got the gnome tag. That's not good. Considering we don't really have a gnome. Wait, is Whittle a gnome?
Yes.
Dampier gnome. Right. But we can't use Whittle, so. Healing tag. Yeah. So our tags for Shaka are not the best this time, so we'll just switch back to Makos. I mean, yeah, like most of your information was pretty good. Just the DM, unfortunately, wasn't being too helpful there. A bad DM. Yeah, Hitch is going to be buffing. He's also Charisma 14. Makos not adjacent. Celeste is buffing adjacently. Clappy's buffing the column ahead. So is Kedibri. Bruno's buffing the column up. Buffing back. Yeah, I mean, I think with what we got for Mert variants, I think this is the best we got. So I'm quite okay with this. We don't have any speed potions, so we can't go faster. Random number of giant flies spawn with every enemy wave. They just do not drop extra gold. Oh, a bunch of flies. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot to change here. So let's just save this for a second. And then, yeah, so we really only got rid of DM, and it increased our DPS by EO1. So not a whole big difference, but a difference nonetheless. Would Strix out DPS Jarlaxle? Maybe we can test. E48, 1.13, 2.75. So Jarlaxle's still a little bit of ahead. Now Strix is ahead, so now we're good. We still haven't picked Strix's specialization either, so Strix is a bit of a stronger one here. Let's double check. E46. Yep. 48. E48. Yeah, it's just a little bit ahead. But yeah, when we get specializations picked, we can just even change her feat to increase damage for just herself rather than the debuff. Now we're E50 compared to E48. So yeah, Strix is a little bit better here. I think anything else? Yeah. Let's see what's going on with Mert here. Oh, looks like we just started. Yeah. The important things for like the patrons are to like making sure you get your 10 gate piece every week. This is like your big one. This is what's gonna help you get more champions faster, obviously.
Yeah.
And then once you unlock Modron automation, you can get one Modron chest per week from each patron too. So always really good to get those ones. And then obviously when you can get the potion of polish, get the feats, get the skins, get the golden epics, get the familiar. So but these ones will take a little bit though.
Also, it's good to get the Kalimvor's final blessing, which increases the amount of time gate pieces you get every week by one. Every few days, sorry. It's not...
So 5 days-ish?
Yeah. Kalimvor is from
Tomb of
Annihilation.
Yeah. They're getting there. They're E16 favorite right now, so... Yeah. One little nifty thing you can do is when you're getting close to the end of your adventures, depending on how much favor you've spent and how much you've earned, you could just like spend that amount of favor and then just reset and gain that whole bunch back. So that's a fun way. That's a nifty way of doing things too. How many gems do we have? 7,000 gems. Pretty good. Just a couple of potions.
That's chess.
Yeah. Corpse was asking, are there any non-binary characters asking for Shaka's puzzle? Only a male/female. Warden is non-binary. He's in slot 11. I feel like we have more. I think Human identifies as both because they have male and female kobolds in their coat. Xeraphon, yeah. Nerds. Or does Human not fit in those ones? I thought they did. Because they identify as both. They
identify as both.
Yeah, they're more fluid.
Identify as non-binary.
Yeah, Sentry is female.
Yes, Sentry.
Oh, both. Not. Oh, that's Dirk. Right.
No,
that's how that works.
Am I wrong about Sentry? Are we wrong about Sentry?
Sentry.
I don't use Sentry a lot, so I don't look.
No, Sentry identifies as female. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sentry is female. Yeah. I think Warden, Nerds, and Xeraphon are the three, I think, that fit that category. Oh right, yeah, because Human can't be in that what's that variant that's like form ranks where it's like each comm is either male or female.
Yeah.
And they don't fit. They can't put them anywhere in that adventure. Yeah. But then the non-binary champions can go wherever they want in that adventure. So, yeah. So, yeah, those three: Nerds, Xeraphon, and my God, my brain just stopped. Warden. That's it. Nerds, you can only get through the new shop by spending 100,000 gems. Xeraphon is the in one of the hardest variants in the game, and Warden is a time gate. So Warden's probably the easiest to get as a newer player. Just by opening a time gate for him for the 6 pieces. J-Dog has a question. Without being tagged, what frequency do you guys look at the Glitches channel? Pretty frequently. I mean, it's whatever. It's like once we're kind of clear on tickets, I'll personally go through and check out the Glitches channels and the bugs. Make sure there's nothing that we don't already know about. And obviously when we're tagged, I go check. Shop 3 went. That's not a question for me, man. I can't answer that. Believe me, when I know and I'm allowed to tell you guys, you'll know when Shop 3 is out for everybody. Until then, it's a mystery. Corpsel is asking, how do we get time gate pieces? I only have one at the moment. So you get a time gate piece from a boss drop once every 5-ish days. So that's one way of getting it. The other way is through patrons. In the patron shop, each patron will have a time gate piece. You can get one a week. So once you've unlocked all 4 patrons, you can get 5 pieces a week. 4 from the patrons, 1 from the drop, and then we have a bunch of we have a couple of blessings. I always open time gates first, and not blessings. I don't know why. And then there are some blessings that will provide extra time gate pieces. So turn back time. I think there is. I thought there was one more.
One more what? Sorry.
One more time gate piece drop, or is it just the one?
It's just the one.
Maybe getting confused with the gem one.
Blessings for gems.
Yeah,
there's only one for.
That's what I'm getting mixed up with. Yeah. So once you have all patrons unlocked and this turn back time piece unlocked, you'll eventually get 1 week. You get 6 pieces. So you get a new champion a week, pretty much. Once those are unlocked.
1 time gate per week to farm chests for them.
Exactly. Yeah. Lidus 3. How does DM work with Krydal? Is he both of the charisma requirements? No. So I think the DM stats are actually represented as all 18. But then for variants that require him to have less than a certain amount, he's still eligible. But I think in terms of ability score requirements for formations, he's 18 across the board. Not quite 20, but still pretty strong. I would love to have 18s across the board. That'd be great. Mr. Gecko, are there any champs that absolutely should be putting blacksmith are there any champs to absolutely be putting blacksmith contracts into? I've been dumping into Gromma because of the Can't Stop Me Now achievement. Gromma's good. I absolutely should be doing too. Averin, very strong. Highly recommend. Krull, very strong. Highly recommend. Zorbu, very strong. Artemis and Krond, but those two require like ungodly amounts. But they are like once you get to the end game, like super end game, those two are your like best DPSs in the game. But they require like thousands to tens of thousands of item levels. So, but I think as a newer player, if you have Averin, I'd be definitely be looking at contracts into him. Whittle's also probably a really good one. The only thing is to not use blacksmithing contracts on your core or evergreen champions, because you'll get enough chests and gear for them, just for normal silver and gold chests, that it's a bit of a waste to use those contracts on those champions.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, I think all the champions you get from the Steam giveaway, I think are probably the best ones to use them on, honestly. Averin, Ayla, Canterbury, or Kira. Yeah, or Kira's like out of control good. So we want Anxious Fireball? Yeah, Anxious Fireball for Strix. Furific. Question: is there a good rule of thumb on when to reset? Something like X difference in the E number between cost and gold, certain percentage favor increases, certain time spent with upgrades without that, or just differ too much between runs and routes. The general rule of thumb is just you keep pushing an adventure until you cannot go any further. And at that point, if you're still killing stuff, maybe sit there for about an hour and then end. Anything more than that is it just drops off. Yeah, I think any changes, any things where I said that? I think that's pretty par for the course.
Yeah. Neon Trion question: which chests give you item levels, or is it slot dependent? Like if you get common gear somewhere where you have a shiny, does it still count? Yes. Commons are +1.
It's like, I think like 135.
Yeah, 1358.
I think.
Sounds
so?
Yeah. It's like 1358 for like common, uncommon, rare, epic.
Yeah.
But yes, you always get if you get duplicate pieces of gear, it gives you item levels. And you get more item levels depending on the quality of the gear, up to whereas but shinies, regardless of the rarity of the card, if you get a duplicate shiny onto a shiny, it's always 125 item levels.
Yeah.
It's always 125 item levels increase.
Yeah.
Elijah Worth, what are loot levels? Mert, the moneylender, says I have a 1215 out of 2000. So, all of your champion's equipment has an item level. This is independent of their rarity. Rarity kind of like sets the base multiplier, whereas item level will increase it further beyond that. You can see as Sean here is mousing over, you can see at the top there is a level. So 23 for this longbow. That is the item level for that bow. You can see this by opening the champion panel and mousing over their gear. I believe you can also do it from the bench as well, just by mousing over at the bottom. It'll tell you the item level.
Yeah.
So you're a new player. Just keep buying and opening gold chests. You'll eventually hit that 2,000 out of 2,000.
Yeah. And so the item levels for the increasing is actually 1, 2, 6, and then 24.
Thank you.
So yeah, so if you get an epic, it's a 24 level increase.
That sounds
if it's a duplicate and it's been disenchanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what we were saying was vials.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Chests. Yeah. For they're not slot dependent. Each event champion has their own chest, and then the core champions, being like Brunor, Celeste, Naili, Joe Axel, all those ones. They all belong in silver and gold chests, and then we have special patron chests, which will contain loot for champions usable by that patron. Yeah. That one. We did this one. Heblin, are the campaign difficulty evaluations based purely on favor? Yes. That's all. It's all we really check for that for now. That has been one of those like things we want to change later on to help try to evaluate like
the number of variables involved to like state how difficult a specific adventure is going to be for an individual player is it's a lot. It's a lot because we have to compare to like what champions you have, what champions, how many, what item levels those champions have, also the amount of favor you have, what blessings you have, what perks you have.
Yeah.
It's at that point we'd probably be including like Modron core, what level your Modron core is.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and a lot of stats we have to find to try and determine what would allow you to beat it.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I wanted to bring up too about the chest openings is that just so players know how the kind of the rarity and stuff works, is that when you open a chest, it'll always attempt to upgrade an item. And by upgrade, what we mean is by switching something from up into a higher rarity. So Strix, for example, if we open a Strix chest, it'll likely give us a blue item to upgrade one of her green items, and then a random one.
An upgrade can also be filling an empty slot.
Yes, yeah. Anything going from no item to a white to a green to a blue. Yeah, green to blue, blue to purple.
But an empty slot is not going to have priority over like in changing the rarity on something. So if like you have an empty slot on a champion and you're opening chests for that champion, and it doesn't fill the slot, it's because it upgraded another piece that the champion had.
Yeah.
So you're waiting once a champion has all blues, for example, you can technically have like 4 blues and then 2 empty slots. Then it would have to default into putting gear into those remaining open slots because epics aren't guaranteed and aren't part of that hierarchy.
Yeah, no, they still are though. So you could have 2 empty slots and then happen to pull an epic because the rarity isn't guaranteed in the chest.
Yeah.
So it'll look for an upgrade, layered, but said like upgrade is not guaranteed.
Like an onion.
Yeah, like an onion. Yeah, it's layered. It's a little complicated, but yes. So I wanted to kind of get that out there in the world. Ricardo is asking if we have a feat for a champion to qualify them for a patron, we'll also qualify them for a chest, for patron chests, and it does. So you can kind of like add to the pool and dilute the pool as you see fit for those kinds of patron chests. So definitely something to keep an eye on. So if you're opening Strahd chest, I really want Zorbu gear in my Strahd chests. You can add the intelligence feat to Zorbu to give him to 13, which qualifies him for Strahd, and then open Strahd chests to get extra gear for him.
Camouflaro. Hi, as a new player doing event free play, I have a feeling that specking damage over defense gets me further if I time full screen ultimates with my bud spikes. Can you confirm? If so, how do I know when to spec for defense? So you're gonna find, like, especially in the early game, you're either just murdering everything on screen or you're not.
Yeah, pretty simple.
You still want to have tanks because you're going to be dealing with like ranged enemies that can attack you and could still hit you before you kill them, because tanks are going to increase the health of the rest of your party. Without that health increase, your champions will have like 50 health. It's not a lot.
The healing flame or Kira feat.
But beyond that, you're also going to start running into some adventures have much more difficult bosses than others, or they're hit based, or there's like ways that slow down your ability to kill them. You're going to need tanks there as well. A lot of variants are going to have like constant damage, unavoidable damage that's happening to your party, so you're going to need healers. So there's definitely going to be times that you need to have that steady front line. And a lot of tanks offer pretty meaty benefits.
Yeah, pretty strong buffs too.
Yeah. So it's never worth not having a tank.
Yeah. You get the more benefit over anything. Trying to think of anything else there, but I think you pretty much nailed it there. I'd probably spec the defense stuff probably more than offense for tanks overall. Just that way, if it just feels better. It feels safer. So if you start coming under attack for some reason, then your tank will fold like a piece of paper. Or get folded like an omelet, Is there a reason you use Wild Shape Tyrell? Oh god, yes. Wild Shape Tyrell is probably one of the best tanks in the game, if not like the. Here we'll show. Do we have a potion? Yeah. Where's Tyrell? Here he is. So, with Tyrell, if you go in Wild Shape, he gets a bunch of health, turns into a big bear. It's great. All right. Let me see him. He's a bear now. Tyrell's ultimate is that when he bites a bunch of enemies, he then gains a massive shield that allows him a massive temporary HP shield. And then because of the amount of gold chests and sword chests you're going to get, his cooldown, these cooldown items will have a maximum peak you get to. And for him, it peaks at a 60-second cooldown. So it's every minute he's refreshing this like massive shield over and over and over and over again. That will slowly fade over time. So he keeps his shield up forever and makes him near invincible.
He also provides a pretty significant buff to the rest of the party when he's under attack by a large amount of enemies. Briv, for instance, is an extremely durable tank as well.
Yeah.
But Netherese Steel is not a powerful buff.
Yeah. Yeah, Briv, he takes 10% less damage, and then every 10 hits he takes, he heals for a percentage of that damage. And with certain perks and things, he can actually heal for over 100% of the damage he took, which can make him heal over 100% of his health. So unless somebody kills him in one hit before he heals, so it's like every 10 seconds or 10 hits, he will heal. So he's very good. And then Ayla is our next up on that list of where she stuns enemies, debuffs them very well, and also gets a really, really good shield.
And just looks sick.
Yeah.
Big hammer.
Yeah.
Big hammer smash.
Yeah. Hammer smash face. Hammer smash face. She listens to Cannibal Corpse. Yeah. So like I think like game wise, those are our kind of the top 3 like tanks in the game that are like these ones are really, really strong. In terms of survivability. Yeah, Tyrell can survive really well, Briv can survive really well, Ayla can survive really well. Tatiana, while she can't survive really well, provides a super strong buff. Nova, same thing. Like she has a ramping buff that is like near one of the best in the game. Blushi, honestly, is probably the biggest buffer I've seen in this game so far. Like Blushi gets out of control. Like if you have her in from the beginning and you get to like higher areas, you're looking at an E23 buff to all champions behind her. Like no one else has that kind of buff. Like I don't even think Avon can do that. And Avon's really, really strong. So yeah, Blushi is like far and beyond the best buffing tank we have. I think Blushi and Nova are those top 2 like buffing tanks, and then maybe Tyrell's down below, or even just like Evelyn is in there too. But the trade-off for those 3 is that they don't survive for very long. Whereas the other 3 can survive for a very long time, but don't have that same level of buff or debuff to provide. Yeah, I love Ayla too. Ayla was like my go-to tank for a very, very long time. Before I was like, I need to go fast and started using Briv and skipping a bunch of areas. So yeah, all right. Well,
I think that's that, Sean.
I think that's it. I think that is it for us today. Who else after us today? Do we have any streams today? What's going on? Bardic Inspiration is on today. Ooh, excellent. Great show. That's where Dylan and Jason Charles Miller are just going to make songs with you guys in chat. Probably about something D&D related, like it always is. Or it's a request show. I don't know. JCM, Jason Charles Miller. He's a talent, man. He's so good. Go check it out. Have some fun. Listen to some great music. And then if you want to see one of our oldest games that we at Codename here provide, Bushwhacker Weekly. Bushwhacker 2 Weekly is on with Nick and I think Georgia today.
Yeah.
Or is it no?
Nick.
Oh, I think it's Nick and Mars. It's Nick and Mars.
Very good old friend of mine. So make sure to say hi.
Yeah. Nick and Mars are going to be doing a little bit of a Let's Play segment on the show. so that you can go and showcase one of our oldest still running games. Beat Crusaders. Good job, Nick. Keeping the dream
They
alive.
got thrown into the arena. And
Yeah, and then Bushwhacker 2 came out. Crusaders got whacked.
2 games enter, 1 game leaves.
Bushwhacker reigning champion. All right. Thank you, folks. We will be back for Information Save on Thursday. It's going to be me and Mars instead. And I guess I'll see you guys then. Bye.
Bye-bye.